The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are. It's Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning, 1 a.m. in London, 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 10 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talk Back Live. We're here for the next hour. We're here every Thursday at this time, and this is our first time back. So this is the very first show, the very first live show since the brand new year. And because when we took off the past couple of weeks, we took off on the Christmas holiday, Christmas Day, and Christmas the day after, and then New Year's Day and the day after that. But now we're back. And we're so glad to be back. And we're going to be with you, as I said, for a whole full hour. And in that hour, we're going to enjoy conversation. We wanted you to get involved in conversation. We want everybody to get involved in conversation. And how you do that is participating by using your keyboard on your computer, your telephone, and of course your tablet too. You can type in whatever you want to talk around, and I will see you right there on the big screen. We're going to entertain all of your thoughts and ideas because that's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinion. Boy, it's been a long time. It just seems that long. 2 weeks. We have never taken off this long before. Never taken off this long before. But I got to tell you, I'm well relaxed. I am well relaxed. And I got to tell you, if you're just joining us for the very first time, you're a brand new watcher, viewer of this show, well, this is how we work the show. As the host of the show, I get things started by throwing out a conversation, which we can linger on for a few. Doesn't mean that we have to linger on that conversation for the entire night, but just to get things started. But at any time that you want, even right now as we speak, all you have to do is run your fingers through the keyboard, type whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there. And of course, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Now, if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about, even though I may start the conversation, but if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about, feel free. Feel free. We're open forum here, and everyone gets a chance to voice their opinion. And of course, we would like you to do that too, because everyone have opinions. You have them, I have them, and we want to hear what's happening for you. Also, if you're new to the show, we're coming on two different platforms, and we're on live. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. So whatever platform that you're watching us on right now, it doesn't matter. We would love to hear from you. And don't worry about it. Everything is going to be okay. And keep in mind that all of the opinions, the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talkback Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So glad to have you guys back with us. And with the conversations rolling along, people are coming in. Now, let me tell you something, especially you new. But first off, you guys who've been around with us a long time, thank you for being part of us each week as you do. And for the people who are just joining us for the first time, we already know. I already told you about the situation as far as the show is concerned, and the platforms that we're on. We are going to entertain you. Of course, like I said, be part of it. Be part of the action. All right. Now, for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, then you're right there. You're okay. But you guys who are watching us on Facebook, you don't have to do it now. Do it after the show. But we appreciate And you guys who are watching us on YouTube right now, and if you haven't done it thus far, do it right now as we speak. And what I want you to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. You see that little strip there? It says subscribe. I believe that's in black border and white print. All you have to do is click onto that icon right there, and that's it. Now, there's no charge in being a member or being a subscriber to this show. No charge at all. It's just costing just a second of your time just to click onto it. And now that you have done that, that gives you the opportunity to know that each week that we come on the air and you happen to forget about the show, but you're online, you get an instant notification that will pop up to remind you that we're on the air. Now, even when we're not on the air, sometimes you may be roaming through the internet and it's not showtime anywhere, but you get a pop up somewhere. That's because there's some kind of activity going on and you can check it out. We could be posting a video or some kind of still shot or something, but there's always an activity going on. But that's mainly for you guys who forget about the show. And when you get that instant notification, it'll pop right up. And all you have to do is click onto that instant notification and it'll bring you right to the YouTube channel. Now, those you guys who are watching us on Facebook, don't forget, after the show, don't do it now. After the show, go over to YouTube and do the same thing. We really would appreciate that. There are a lot of people doing various things right now because we're in different time zones. And if you're in a different time zone than I'm Eastern. So now it's after 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. here in my area. But you may be someplace else. And some people are somewhere along on the other side of the world, doing whatever they're doing. And it's a different time zone. Okay. And maybe you guys are working right now. You could watch us while you work. That's an absolute truth. Watch us while you work. You could work and watch at the same time. That's called multitasking. So we have all of that going along, and we want you to hang around with us. Tell your family and friends, by the way, about the show. Keep them informed and let them know about it. And everything that I just told you about following us and subscribing to us, make sure they do the same thing. Tell your family and friends and your relatives, people that you have just met, tell them about it. All right. We really would appreciate it. Well, here we are, a brand new year, and it's January 8th. And boy, we got to get back into the swing of things because if you had watched us last week, that was a rerun. We told you that before we went on vacation. We told you that we were going to run a couple of reruns on our show here, Talk Back Live, and tomorrow's show, The Coffee Hour. We did that. So those were like shows that dated back a few years. But now that we're back and we're happy to have you back, it's all back to normal right now. And the holidays are over. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope you did. For some people, it was quiet. For me, it was quiet. I didn't want to go anywhere. So I stayed local. But I did have a good holiday and a great New Year's. And now that it's all over, we're in the light now. Remember when I said before, I said, when you're into those holidays, like around Thanksgiving, starting around Thanksgiving into Christmas, into New Year's, you're in the dark because, and I don't mean that in a negative way, because, you spend a lot of money, you go a lot of places, you have to keep your mind set on a lot of things for the holiday. It's over now. And when you get certain point, like when we approach New Year, you see that light at the end of the tunnel. So we passed all of that. We're in the light now and we're ready to do our thing. And, that just lets me know I can look forward to a lot of things coming up now. I'm a summertime kind of a guy. So now I'm looking forward to that, even though we're not finished with the cold weather yet. I know here in New York, it was pretty warm today. We were flirting with 50-degree temperatures, and that's pretty warm for this time of the year. And, but don't let that fool you. Don't let that throw you off. That doesn't mean you take off your jackets and your sweaters, because believe it or not, we're not even finished with the cold weather yet. We probably even haven't seen anything yet. Now, I know for the past couple of years here in our area, we haven't had strong winters like we used to. But keep in mind, that cold weather is still upon us. It'll be here. If it's warm in your area right now, you'll get more cold weather. So just dress accordingly. Don't dress too warm. Don't dress too light. Just dress accordingly to the weather. And if you have to bundle up real warm, then please do that. Okay. Well, again, here we are. And by the way, during the show, we've got our own little thing that we do in interacting with you. We interact with you, but also we have our own little thing. Now, coming up in this hour, as a matter of fact, just a few minutes from now, in this first half hour of this hour, we're going to be presenting Brian Camp. Now, Brian Camp is our sports guy. He has the latest developments in today's world of sports. The name of his show is called Sports Update, and he's going to be along. He's coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I know when I talked to Brian not a couple of days ago, he was telling me they were flirting with like 70-degree weather over there. So we're going to find out when he comes in what he's flirting with now. But as I said, dress accordingly. Anyway, Brian is going to be here, and he's going to bring you sports. And also, later on in the program, we have a couple more things that we do as well. We have This Day in History. Now, I have a laundry list of what happens on this day in history. Now, here we are, January 8th, the 8th day of January. Now, something way back when happened historically. And we have a list of those things that happened, and we're going to present those to you. That's later on in the program. That won't be too far away. And towards the end of the program, not too far from there, I have movies. Oh, yeah, I've been doing my homework still. We have those movies. Now, each week, I go to Turner Classic Movies, to the Turner Classic Movie Vault, and pick out movies that I think may be interesting movies, classic movies. Sometimes they're black and white classics, sometimes Technicolor classics. And I pick out the best ones that I think were worth watching. And so I'll have that coming up for you, and that's going to come up this time in the program. Now, those of you who are here for the first time, if you don't want to indulge in conversation, we hope that you do. A lot of people don't, especially if you're here for the first time. You want to make sense of the show. You just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. That's fine too. But you are invited to indulge in conversation with us. And keep in mind, I see everyone when they come in. I see your names. I see everybody when they come in. But rest assured, I'm not going to rope you in because I want to respect your wishes or just respect the fact that you just want to lay back and just watch the show. Even though I see you, I know that you're there, but I will not mention you. I will not bring you in unless, of course, you say something first. That's how we do it around here. We want to make sure that everyone is comfortable and that they could be assured that you will not be roped in unless, of course, you want to indulge in conversation. So if it's your choice to sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show, you can do that. But if you want to indulge in conversation, as I said, use the keyboard on your computer or your cell phone and even your tablet. And of course, we'll make sure all of that is great for you. Okay? Okay, we're not celebrating anything special except, coming up not far away, since we are in the month of January, Martin Luther King's birthday is this month. And I think that's in 2 weeks. So we have that Monday observation day. But we'll talk more about that later. But normally we talk about things that we celebrate for the entire month. But we don't, the only thing that we have going, it's not a celebration, but these are reminders and something that we wanted to bring out to you. So you just keep it in mind. This month, all month long, we're going to keep that in mind. Oh, and this is very important. All month, National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. All right. You've heard the stories, right? Well, we're paying attention this month to that. And even though you see it in the movies, on TV, those things actually happen. And so we want to keep that to an attention to everyone who watched the show. All of this month long, and we only have a couple of more weeks, 3 more weeks left in the month. But for the rest of the month, we'll be talking about that National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Also, if you desire to donate blood, well, this is a good time to do it. This is National Blood Donor Month. Now, a lot of people do, some people don't, but if you happen to be one of the ones that would love to give your time and give your blood, you can go to your favorite blood bank or your doctor and just say, I want to donate blood. And make sure he gives you a lollipop afterwards for being so nice to do that. Anyway, this is National Blood Donor Month. And so if you wish, there are places to go. You should go online I don't have any phone numbers right now. Perhaps I'll have some tomorrow on the coffee hour I can bring to you. But you could always check it out online. Go online, Google it, find out where the nearest blood bank is where you are, or go to your doctor and maybe he or she can tell you, or they can do it for you. All right. So that's what we're paying attention to, National Blood Donor Month. And so, again, we thank you so much for being along with us. Yes, it is. It is Talkback Live. And again, we're going to be with you for a whole full hour. So stay with us. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, Sidney Kybik, who portrayed the bad boy known as Wyman. He played on the Our Gang comedy film shorts in the 1930s, has died. And Kubrick died Saturday at a hospital in North California. And Kubrick appeared in about, what, 2 dozen Our Gang Little Rascals films. And they made these films at the Hal Roach Studios. And it was either that or the MGM Studios. Anyway, he did that between 1935 and 1939. He was 97 years old. So here we go as we move the show along. And as promised, we've got him for you, Brian Camp, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And it's been a long while. I don't know, Brian, if you remember how to do this. Welcome back and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's, happy belated holidays to everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves during the holiday season, and I hope that everybody's feeling refreshed and energized uh, with a brand new year, a brand new attitude, and let's make something of it. Um, as you know, we're in a time where things is like really sketchy here, and we just got to stay positive. We just have to stay positive, and we just hope that everybody is well. And yes, it's always good to start off a brand new year. I start the new year off right on a positive note, just keeping to myself and remaining quiet for a lot
Yeah,
of things, you know. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Even when you chew your food, be quiet.
Yeah,
Shh, be
I'm
quiet.
I'm very quiet. Yeah, I'm very serious. I'm just have a new way about going things where I'm just quiet, where I just want to just to see how things is going to shape up and everything. And but I'm glad that everybody is doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all out there. And I'm coming live from you from Charlotte, North Carolina, where the temperature presently is 53 degrees cloudy. We
Mm,
are the last 2 days we had some pretty good weather. We had 75 2 days ago, and what we had 74 the day before yesterday. Today was a little chilly, it was only 65 degrees, 66
that's
degrees.
chilly. That's
Yeah,
chilly.
yeah.
Over here, that's a heat wave.
Yeah. So, but
No, we flirted in New York. We flirted with about 50 degrees, somewhere in the 50s today, you know.
okay.
And so
Yeah.
we may get a couple of more of those days, but don't let the weather fool you because there are more cold days to come.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's just that
right.
here, in the South, different. Where if you up north, you're surrounded with a lot of snow and cold weather, but then when a warm front comes in, it's you got to be very careful because you can get sick and everything. So you got to dress accordingly. So down here it's a little bit different, but we also I still keep my coat. I still have a coat that I bought from New York some years ago, and I'm not throwing it away. You just don't know. Just don't know. So, but I'm glad everyone is doing well. Is not much really to talk about. Is this only the only thing that's talked about today? In sports is the firing of football coaches. They call it Black Monday, where a lot of coaches get terminated, and they start a new career or they just get replaced. But this is the year right now where college football and pro football are the main menu. Right now, college football are in their playoffs, and It's in the first quarter. His game is early, but just listen to me. Don't don't touch that dial. Miami is winning over Mississippi 3-0, but that game is very early, and we got that game, and we got the other game was that's going to be tomorrow is the fifth-ranked Oregon Ducks will go against the Indiana Hoosiers, who's the number one team in the nation. So that'd be the Peach Bowl. Tonight is the Fiesta Bowl, Miami and Ole Miss. After this broadcast is over, then you could go to ESPN. Tomorrow's night game is going to be on ESPN, and it's going to be this the college atmosphere with these here games are amazing. With college basketball, as you know, we have March Madness that's coming up soon in the upcoming months, but we got the bowl games. So college is taking center stage, but let's not forget about the NFL. We got four big games in the NFL, which is the wild card, starting Saturday. They got two games on Saturday and two games on Sunday. Saturday, January 10th, you got the LA Rams playing against the Carolina Panthers. The people down here in Charlotte are so excited, so ecstatically happy that the Carolina Panthers are in the playoffs. They had a losing record, but they won their division. They had a record of 8-9, but somebody had to win that division. And so they are in the playoffs. They're going to be hosting against the Rams, where they are a home heavily underdog. So that they don't make much about the Carolina Panthers winning at all. The second game on January 10th. Oh, the first game is going to be at 4:30 on Fox. The second game is the Green Bay Packers will go against the Chicago Bears. Now, these are the two teams that's been playing football since football started back in 1921. So these are the forefathers of NFL football. That game will be on at 8 o'clock, but that'll be on Prime Video. So if you get your live streaming set, get it all set and ready, and we ready for some football. Now, the next day on Sunday, January 11th, the Buffalo Bills would be going to Jacksonville. Now, believe it or not, that's going to be the very warm spot. That's going to be in Florida. So, you could expect people in their T-shirts and everything. And that game will be at 1 o'clock on CBS. The second game will be in Philadelphia. Now, well, you know what? Let me take that back. The people in Philadelphia, those are some crazy fans. They may be in their T-shirts too. They don't care if it's 5 below zero. They will be painted face, painted skins, bare chested. They will also probably be in with no shirt on. They will be hosting, the Philadelphia Eagles will be hosting the San Francisco 49ers, who's not used to cold weather, but the 49ers are used to windy weather because they are out by the bay. And that game will be on Fox at 4:30. So you got football from now until Sunday. It doesn't get you got a college football game tonight. You got a college football game on Friday. You got two games on pro football on Saturday and two games on Sunday. You see how they click? You see they don't want to go against one another for ratings. They don't want to they don't want to go head to head because they must have planned this out. This is how it's going to be. They wanted to make sure football will be set for college and pros. So they will have their own audience on their own day. Now, during the vacation, the WNBA are in the midst of trying to get an agreement. Now, the collective bargain agreement between the WNBA and the WNBA Players Association will expire in 1 week. Even though the January 9th deadline is approaching, it doesn't automatically mean a work stoppage would occur. What's going to happen? Instead, the current CBA, which is the current contract agreement, would be maintained. And even without a new deal in place, the league and the union could continue negotiating. However, If there isn't and like an extension, it could open the door possibly for a potential work stoppage, which means no games. Either a strike would be initiated by the players or a lockout initiated by the owners. So that's where we're at right now. They do have rights. The women, they really made the money for the owners. Now it's time for the owners. We've seen this here story before. Owners don't want to give up anything. The men, the women, they play hard, but they just don't want to give them their share. And they deserve it because they're bringing revenue to the game. The players are bringing revenue. They're bringing sponsors to the game. You got players who are star-studded players is bringing money in. So let's have the women to be share and let's let them have their due. This day in sports, January 8th, 1955, Furman University sets an NCAA basketball single game scoring record with 154 points. They score 154 points. Of course, they won the game. You score 154 points. Do you think another team is going to match that? Yes, that's an NCAA college basketball record. The same year, 1955, Georgia Tech ends Kentucky's 130-game home basketball win streak. 1984, the NCAA announced that the basketball tournament will have 64 teams. Before the old format, it used to be 32. That's when I was around. That was back in the 60s into the 70s. But in 1984, they increased it to 64. Actually, they're up to 68 now because they have two teams play in. So from 64, now presently it is 68. 1986, the San Francisco Giants' Willie McCovey is elected to Major League Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. 1991, Gaylord Perry, Ferguson Jenkins, and Rod Carew elected to Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. 1995, the Philadelphia Phillies' Mike Schmidt, 12-time All-Star third baseman, is also elected into Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. And in 1996, for the first time in 25 years, no one was elected into Major League Baseball. It's happened not once, but a couple of times. If you don't get a certain amount of votes, you just don't get in. Birthdays on this day, 1953. Happy birthday to Bruce Sutter, Major League Baseball pitcher, Hall of Famer, and National League Cy Young Award winner in 1979, was born in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. 1967, Dwight Clark, NFL wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers and executive and two-time Pro Bowler, was born in Kingston, North Carolina. And happy birthday, 1971, to Jason Giambi, Major League Baseball infielder, five-time All-Star for the Oakland A's and New York Yankees, was born in West Covina, California. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports. The first broadcast for the new year of 2026.
Yeah. I almost forgot about Jason Giambi. I remember him. Then he had a brother that played in the major leagues too, didn't
Yes,
he?
he did. Yes, he had a brother. Yeah, a younger brother. He
Uh,
wasn't he wasn't a great player like his older brother
had,
was.
he had a
Yeah,
brother?
yeah. He's as far as I know, he's still around, but he played too in the major league
Yeah,
baseball. Yeah.
yeah. I just forgot what team he played on, but I remember Jason, they made a big thing when Jason Giambi came onto the New York Yankees. It was news all over the place, And then he didn't spend that much time with the Yankees. He
No, he
spent a
did.
short.
He didn't spend. I don't know. I don't have the records in front of me of his career, but yeah,
Yeah,
he had a solid career though. You know,
yeah,
big. He was a big chunky guy.
yeah. He's a
So
big guy,
definitely, yeah,
the size of a football player. He could play football. I wonder if
exactly, yeah.
he probably did for all we know. Maybe in high school and college he probably did play. But yeah, he was a pretty big guy.
Oh,
I also think about some of the other people who retired from the Yankees and went on to do other great things. For instance, one comes to mind when Bernie Sanders, Bernie Williams
very
was with the Yankees for a while. Bernie Williams is now a traveling musician.
yes, he is. That's right.
Yep.
He
You know,
sure is.
I saw a video of him on Facebook. He was promoting some kind of show he was doing. But yeah, he's a traveling musician now. I want they retired his number, I believe, on number 51 on the Yankees, I believe.
They might have. I'm not sure. He had number 51.
51, yeah.
Um, he doesn't
Uh,
get enough credit because he was there before Derek Jeter
uh-huh.
and those guys, Jorge Posada,
Yeah,
Mario Rivera,
yeah,
and I forgot who else. Who was the other fourth horseman? But
yeah,
yeah, Bernie Williams was there before they became great and won
yeah,
some World Series. But he's an excellent musician, I must say.
yeah, yeah. But when he retired, I believe it wasn't because he got old. It was because I think he was just hitting that music scene. I think that was his heart,
Well,
music.
I mean, yeah, well, listen, you nobody defeats Father Time. He was getting older.
Mhm.
His skills were coming, was declining a little bit, but he was still productive and everything. But you could tell his passion is music.
Mhm.
So, you know, hats off to him, to
Yeah.
Bernie Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the baseball season again, but we can't do anything about that now. We can't talk about that now. We're talking about wondering who's going to take the Super Bowl. We're not even talking about that yet either.
No,
So
yeah.
who
And
looks
so
good to you so far?
in what? In football?
Yeah, for potential candidates for the Super Bowl.
I would like to see, let me see. Let me look at these teams. I would like to see hmm, maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars. My
Uh,
neighbor across the street is a Chicago Bears fan. So
mhm,
maybe I would like to see them win. But it's one of those seasons where there's no dominating team. So
mhm.
that means anybody could actually win this.
Yeah,
There's no dominating team at all.
yeah,
So, so
yeah.
it's a possibility that it it could happen. It just
Mhm.
could happen and everything. So I mean, it's still early and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But yeah, it's wide open. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is not in. Their team is knocked
Yeah,
out. Their
I know.
dynasty is over. So now it's
Uh,
open up to anybody that could win it now.
yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Got a long time before that happened, though. Anyway, what does it look like for you tomorrow?
I'll let you know tomorrow morning. I don't know what my schedule is. Since I've been back, they just find ways of just finding me, you know. They try to give me one of these here, the walkie-talkies, but nah,
Oh no,
I don't want a walkie-talkie. I don't want
oh
a
no,
walkie-talkie because
no,
I don't
no.
want to be found.
If I were working corporate like that or doing something like that, I wouldn't accept no walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
It's bad enough.
exactly.
Isn't it enough that you have a cell phone? Isn't that
That's
enough?
that's bad enough. It's like in the old days you couldn't be found because we didn't have no
That's right.
phones like that. We had pages, but you know,
Yeah.
who's gonna put in a quarter just to call somebody back? No. Mm-mm. No,
No,
no.
I still have my pager.
Oh gosh.
I,
Talking about
I have my.
nostalgia.
I gotta. One of these days. I'm gonna bring it on the show. Bring all of the items on the show. I do something like nostalgic or something. Maybe I'll do a show that's nostalgic, and I'll bring all of the phones. I still have all of the phones that I ever had, especially for the very first phone I had, which was one of those flip Motorola phones.
Oh gosh.
I still have it, and that was a huge phone. I mean, I use it today as a doorstop. That's how big But those phones used to come bigger than that a long time ago.
Remember the car phones where those things were so big they were the size of the remote control.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They were big,
They
you
were
know,
big.
and I couldn't see how people will walk around with them, in their pockets. I don't know, or in their pocketbooks or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, well, everything is more compact now than it was before. Anyway, we hope to see you tomorrow. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But thanks for coming in tonight to enjoy to do the show with us tonight.
Sounds good.
Okay,
All right.
and we'll catch you then. Take care
All
of
right.
yourself. Okay.
Bye-bye.
It's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. As he said, is a possibility that he'll be here tomorrow. But we always keep our fingers crossed because we love when he comes in to bring the sports. And if for some reason or another he can't make it, of course, we always cover, we have his back around here. We have each other's back. That's how we do it around here. So hopefully we'll look forward to seeing him in, and he'll bring along on the coffee hour, which I'll be talking about later on in the program, which I'm going to rope you into coming in. Hope that you'll be able to come in and enjoy the coffee hour with us. A lot of things happen. So thank you so much for being along with us. The name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and we're with you. And we're going to be with you for the remainder of the hour. We've got at least 5 minutes left in the show. And for those of you who are wondering, uh, you could take the time right now, right? Take the time right now and contact a friend right now. You can, believe it or not, contact them without even missing any beat of the show. They call tagging on Facebook. And you can cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on now and send it to as many friends as you can or as you want. And if you're watching us on YouTube, cut and paste the platform meaning that you'll have to paste the link that links you up to wherever you are. All right. Just cut and paste it and send it out to as many friends as possible. Do some now because, we want to make sure that some of your friends catch what's left of the show that's happening right now. Okay. So there you go. Okay. I think it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, as we go back in time because we go on this day in history. So on this day in history, we go way back there to 1790. You remember that very well, some of you? 1790, the first U.S. President, George Washington. He delivers the first State of the Union address. In 1867, African American men were granted the right to vote in Washington, D.C., despite President Andrew Johnson's veto. On this day in history, back in 1929, CBS Radio Network buys WABC in New York. On this day in history, in 1947, General George Marshall becomes U.S. Secretary of State. On this day in history, in 1955, WUNC TV Channel 4 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, a PBS station, begins broadcasting. On this day in history, 1959, Charles de Gaulle was inaugurated as president of France, Fifth Republic. On this day in history, in 1964, U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson declares war on poverty. And in 1966, George Pompeo was reappointed French prime minister and forms new government. Also in the year of 1966, the Beatles, with their Rubber Soul album, goes #1 and stays #1 for 6 weeks, while the single We Can Work It Out also charts to #1 for 3 weeks. On this day in history, 1991, David Rules with Jonathan Winters and Randy Quaid premieres on ABC TV. In 1993, Elvis Presley commemorative postage stamp goes on sale. On this day in history, 1993, NBC offers the Tonight Show to David Letterman. In 1995, the 15th United Negro College Fund raises $12,200,000. How about that? Actor Jose Ferrer was born on this day in 1912, and he was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He died January 26, 1992, at the age of 80 years old. And what else do you have? Yeah, in 1926, you remember that well? 1926, comedian, television and radio personality Soupy Sales was born in Franklinton, North Carolina, and he died in 2009. That was the year 2009. In 1933, broadcast news anchor Charles Osgood was born. He was born that year. And moving right along, Elvis Presley was born on this day in 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. He died August 16th, 1977, at the age of 42 years old from a heart attack caused by an overdose of prescription drugs. Singer Shirley Bassey, who made that big hit Goldfinger. Shirley Bassey was born on this day in 1937. She was born in Tiger Bay, Cardiff, Wales, in the UK. She's 89 today. In 1938, Bob Eubanks of the Newlywed Game, he was hosting that show back then. He was born in Flint, Michigan. He's 88 years old today. In 1941, Little Anthony of Little Anthony and the Imperials was born in Brooklyn, New York. He's 85 today. Physicist Stephen Hawking was born on this day in 1942 in Oxford, England, and he died March 14th in 2018. He was 76 years old. Singer David Bowie was born on this day in 1947 in London, England. He died January 10th, 2016, at the age of 69 from cancer. Actress Cynthia Ovgo was born on this day in 1987 in London, England. She's 39 today. In 1951, actor Burgess Meredith weds his fourth and final time to ballerina Kaya Sunston until her death in 1997. In 1973, on this day in history, actor Michael Caine weds model Shakira Baksh in Las Vegas, Nevada. On this day in history, 1958, actress Jane Mansfield and Paul Mansfield divorced is final after 7 years and a half of marriage. In 1973, Elvis Presley files for divorce from Priscilla Presley on his birthday, his 38th birthday. Marco Polo. Wow, this goes way back. He died on this day in history in 1324, 69 years old. He was born September 15th, 1254. That's way back. He was born in Venice, Vatican Republic. Eli Whitney died on this day in 1825 at the age of 59 years old from prostate cancer. He was born December 8th, 1765 in Westborough, Massachusetts. In 1979, country singer Sarah Carter dies at the age of 81. In 2006, gospel singer and R&B singer Otis Clay dies at the age of 73. In 2007, actress Yvonne DiCarlo, she played on the Ten Commandments. She played as Lily in the Munsters. On the Munsters, she died of a heart attack at the age of 48. In 2017, activist leader of the Congress of Racial Equality, Roy Ennis, dies at the age of 82. In 2018, blues and R&B singer Denise LaSalle dies from complications from surgery at the age of 83. In 2020, actor Ed Burns, who played on 77 Sunset Strip, dies at the age of 87. And that's what it is on this day in history. And if you happen to know what's happening on this day in history, by all means, of course, you can let us know so we could see it right there. And of course, I will do it orally as well and let them know because we don't know anything. We like to capture everything that happened on this day. So that's what happened on this day in history, on this day, January 8th, a brand new month. Happy New Year. If I didn't get a chance to wish you a Happy New Year and you're just popping in, Happy New Year to you. Now, I want you to continue to communicate with us if you want to get on and have a conversation. We always encourage that. For those of you who don't, that's okay. But as long as you're there, that's okay too, because we'd rather have you there and not say anything at all and than to embarrass anyone by just bringing them on and say, no, I didn't want to go on there. Anyway, we thank you for being here. Now, For those of you who would like to contact me, I have a contact. I won't bite you. I swear I won't bite you. You can contact me by email and by telephone if you desire. Let me give you the email address first. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's short for Productions. Now, the spelling of Allan should be precise because we don't want you to lose anything as far as your email is concerned. Because once you go out of character, email never shows up. So spell it right. Allan. Some people write En. They said, I emailed you. I said, well, what was the last name? Allan. Oh, okay. How did you spell it? En. Okay. That's not the way. An. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Now, the telephone number. You can call me 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You can call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We don't care. You can do it anytime. There's no time or no time window. Anytime you want. Even in the middle of the night, if you can't sleep, you can do that. We'll pick it up. And if you need us to answer you back, we will do that, because if you have the time for us, we're going to make the time for you. Absolutely. And don't forget to keep all of that information I gave you into your electronic devices, which happens to be either your computer, be it laptop or desktop, your cell phone, or even your tablet. You can keep all of those things in there. As a matter of fact, if you have all of those items, put them in all of those items, because just in case one is not available, you have something else to fall back on. That's a smart way to do things. Okay. So do that anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Let me give you that email address once again, Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Again, a happy new year to each and every one of you. And it's supposed to be a happy new year. And I'm wishing that for everyone. A very, very happy new year to each and every one of you. And we look forward to it. Now, I don't know how your holiday was. Maybe it was quiet. Maybe it was noisy. But now that we're back to normal, we're back to work, we're back to school, we're back to all of that. We want to make this next year, which is this year, 2026, the best year we can make it. Unfortunately, there are certain things that materialize that we couldn't say was a very happy new year. Of course, you heard it on the news all day yesterday. It just happened yesterday, as a matter of fact. And it disturbed a lot of people. It certainly disturbed me. Out in Minneapolis, Minnesota, you heard of the shooting of an innocent lady by the name of Renee Nicole Good. She was gunned down only because of the fact she was warning her neighbors and all the people who lived in her neighborhood that ICE was in the area and they should be cautious, maybe get into them houses or go someplace where it's safe for them. And it's no secret. You've seen it. You've seen the news. I've seen the video. It's all over the news. And they're still playing the video. I'm not sure if it's on social media or not. I haven't checked it there, but I saw the video in full. Now, a lot of people said, "Oh, she was it was a domestic dispute or something, as they would call it, domestic terrorists," which is totally ridiculous. I had to watch the video over and over again to see what was going on. Now, the situation is that they said that she attempted to run one of the ICE agents over. And as you look at that video, that was not the case. What I saw, and I'm pretty sure you would agree with me on this, what I saw is that they were coming out of their vehicle. ICE was coming out of their vehicles. They approached her car and they tried to open it with force. and she backed up and she was getting ready to turn to pull out. Now, conspiracy theories, they continue, and the government said that she was trying to run down one of the ICE agents, which is not true. Because I look at that video, she pulled out the car, the ICE agent was on the side of the car. Now the car, when a car moves, it doesn't move side to side. It moves either frontwards or backwards. All right. And when she tried to pull out, one of the agents pulled out his gun, as you already heard the story, and shot her 3 bullets. Shot her twice in the head, and then it was a shot through the windshield. There was a bullet hole through the windshield. And that forced her to run into another car. And when they picked her up, they looked at her, they opened the door of the car. It was nothing but a bloody airbag that came from her head. People, medics were there. I guess they were there locally, and there was one lady that said, "I'm a doctor," and one of the agents said, "We don't care. We don't care." They didn't want to go near her, so she started yelling and screaming, "I'm a doctor. We got to help this lady." They wouldn't let her do it until later when they called 911. But then by that time, their car pulled out. You know. Now here's a lady that should be here amongst us. She should be here right now. She should be here with her children. Yeah, she has 3 children. She's a mother of 3. And she has a 15-year-old daughter. She has a daughter and 2 sons. A 15-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old son, and a 6-year-old son. Now, before the shooting, she dropped her son off to school, the 6-year-old son, dropped him off to school. And then that's when this happened. And has to be the bad time for the kids as well. They just lost their mom. And her mom has to bury her daughter. And here's a lady that was talented. She loved singing. She was a poet. She loved to write poetry. And they just did that. And people in the White House is saying, "Oh, you know something? We stand by our ICE agents because they were in their rights." And J.D. Vance had the gall enough to say that the ICE agent that shot her has immunity. Now I ask, if he has immunity for how long? When it hits your home, is that when the immunity will start? First of all, ICE agents and police officers, they don't get immunity. Let me get that out. I had a hard time getting that out. They don't get that. There's supposed to be an investigation. Who's investigating? I don't know. Everything is the FBI. Everything is coming out of the White House. And they're saying, well, you have the taco man tweeted that it was a horrible thing to watch. He saw the video. It was a horrible thing to watch. And then he pivoted. He said he blamed it on the previous administration and the Democrats, the radical left, as they put it, the lunatics, the radical lunatics, the radical left. And he put it on them. And then Kristi Noem, who is the U.S. Secretary of Home Security, basically came out and said, well, that was, she was a domestic, she did that domestically. It was a domestic, whatever you want to call it, domestic terrorist. Stephen Miller uttered the same words. All right. Now, Governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, is actually begging for the government to step up and investigate this. But I don't think they have any intentions of doing that, in my opinion, only in my opinion. I don't think they have any intentions of doing that. This, when you think that things are really low, it gets lower and lower. And here we are in the brand new year. Everyone's looking for peace and looking for a better place to be. And now this, Pam Bondi, what is she doing as U.S. attorney, attorney general? And then you have Mike Johnson, who is the House Speaker, who I believe won't be there coming to the midterms because now they're saying uh, the Taco Man said in a speech just the other day, he says, if they don't win the midterms, that he's going to be impeached. Oh, really? That would be great. That would be great. You know, could you, I mean, could you blame them? Um, but this lady, I want to send out, I can't say it any better than this, but the condolences to all of the family. The children must be going through a tough time right now. And to all of her family, the mother of this young lady, she's 37 years old, Renee Nicole Good. And we rest in peace. Um, but there's a lot to talk about on this. And I'm pretty sure when this show is over and I go back into the green room and go back to the news, I'm pretty sure there are more developments on the way. So there you have it. Happy New Year. And now what I want to do is I want to give you the movies that I have for you. I have 3 this week that I think you'll like. I'll go back to 1945 with Joan Crawford, a movie called Mildred Pierce with Jack Carson, Zachary Scott. It's on Turner Classic Movies. And you can see that Saturday at 2 a.m. Eastern. You know, if you're not up that late, and if you have your box, you can DVR it and watch it at another time. Then here's another one of my favorites, black and white, called DOA from 1950 with Edmund O'Brien, Pamela Britton, and Luther Adler. As Turner Classic Movies, you can see that Saturday at 4 a.m. and again Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And then Never So Few from 1959, starring Frank Sinatra, Gina Lollobrigida, and Peter Lawford. And you can check that out. That's on Saturday at 7:15 a.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. 3 big ones. And they're all in black and white, except for one, except for Never So Few. You can see that in Technicolor. But the rest are black and white. Now, go to Turner Classic Movies too. Go down to the list. Check out the list. Go down to the line because there are free movies there that you could watch. Movies from the 1930s on up, movies that you haven't seen in a long time, they're all free. And then you have pay-per-view movies. You could watch those, you know. And then you have all of the sporting events that comes on. And if you can't watch all of those events in real time, if you happen to miss it, the following day you can pick it up, and sometimes without commercial interruption. All right. You have children's programs, you have documentaries, all sorts of things. You have the icons for all of the networks that you can find. If you missed your favorite soap opera, if you missed it one day, you go back there the following day and you could watch it in full. And so many other things. And plus, of course, as resourceful as you are, you have all of the great new apps that are out, like Netflix and Paramount and Hulu and all of those things, you know, that you can watch movies on. So much entertainment. You want to make this year the best year as far as movies are concerned. We hope they are a good year for that too as well. But keep yourself entertained with all of these great movies. Okay, so I'm going to give you all of these movies again. I hope you get a chance to watch them. It's Mildred Pierce with Joan Crawford, Jack Carson, and Zachary Scott on Turner Classic Movies. And you can check that out Saturday at 2 a.m. Eastern. You also have DOA with Edmund O'Brien, Pamela Britton, and Luther Adler. And that's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 4 a.m. and then Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And then finally, Never So Few, starring Frank Sinatra, Gina Lollobrigida, and Peter Lawford. It's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 7:15 a.m. Eastern. I hope you get a chance to watch these movies. Let me know how you like them, and I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for me. Hey, listen, what I want you to do is go onto my YouTube channel and I want you to subscribe to it. And after the show is over, you guys are watching us on Facebook, go there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's very important to us. We want you to do that. As I leave you, I want you to know that I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. We look forward to seeing Brian Camp, keeping our fingers crossed. Hopefully he'll be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. If not, we're going to cover it for him. And then after that, you can meet us back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for more Talk Back Live. Brian Camp, myself, Brian with Sports, and me. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and a wonderful night. Take care.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allen. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.